time about the time I had a paranormal experience, and it was my first paranormal experience. So yeah, so it all started when I was in my grandmother's in Louisiana, and basically, so our family hasn't really been in like the same house in this time. So we all were, you know, out there on the Easter weekend, and it was my grandma's new house in Louisiana. So, you know, everything was going good. We had dinner, we communicated like a normal family does, and then it was time for bed. Okay, and this was like the craziest night of my life, and I'll never forget this. I was like 11, 12 at this time, and then I had an older cousin. He was like 13 at the time, and then my other cousin, he was like my age. So so the two cousins were with me upstairs, and it was bedtime, and around this time it was like 10, 11 o'clock, around that time, and we slept on the floor on mattresses. And so I slept with my older cousin, and so we were by like the door, and like the thing is, this door is like a sliding door, so like when somebody walks out, you can obviously hear somebody walking out. So it kind of wakes you up, you know what I mean? Anyway, so of course I hear everything. So we're upstairs, okay? And so I'm just, you know, laying down, trying to go to sleep because I'm tired. And so I hear something like, I don't know, like step. It was like footsteps, and I was like, hold up. And so I was like, bro, wake up. And he was like, what? Shut up. I was like, dude, there's something outside. And so basically, my stupid self opened the sliding door. It was like a little crack, and I saw that thing going, the light switch off and on. And I was like, okay, going back to sleep, just ignore it, Layla, ignore it. But my stupid self didn't close back the sliding door. So this is what so in bed, so we were on the mattress on the floor, okay? And I was like this, just watching the shadow like on the floor, like the light going off and on, and then it stopped. And it was dark, you know, it was off. So this is, okay, we were in the room that's like inside of the big room upstairs, so in the big room we could see the lights going off and on. So I was like, okay, it stopped, so I might as well run down and tell my grandmother that like we're gonna die, like, you know, do something about it. But like at first I was like, I thought it was my older cousin. Let's just say her name is Samantha, okay? And so I thought it was Samantha, and I was like, Samantha, stop. But there was no answer, and like I didn't hear anybody go back downstairs. So I was like, she must be in the bathroom over there. So I was like, okay, so I just walked out, and I looked to my right, okay? You know those little things that like the music players that you have when like you're like 2, and they like you push on the like big buttons, and they like freaking clown music? Yeah, okay. This thing, I looked to my right on the floor, and it's like on its like, I guess you could say its belly, and it's like rocking back and forth like this, and it was lighting up. And oh my gosh, I'm getting chills. Okay, so then it started like playing the music, and it was just rocking back and forth. I said, I ran myself. That is okay, they have hardwood floors up there. I slipped. I said, and I tried to get back to the room. To get my cousin, because he's so stupid. I swear to you. I thought he was the stupidest person because he was not believing me. Of course he wasn't, because I was like the youngest or whatever, so whatever. But I was like, there is something out there, and I'm not going to go deal with that situation because you were the older cousin. You were going to go look, and you know, no, I'm not. So I was like, get your butt up, and we're going to see. So then he was in front, and we were both like, come out wherever you are. Like, okay, so the thing was still rocking back and forth, okay? And okay, there is dogs in the house, but they were all downstairs sleeping with, I think, my grandpa at the time. So yeah, so that was that. And so we like crept over there by the stairs, by this, you know, light that was going off and on for 5 minutes ago. And so then we looked down like the stairs or whatever, and we were like, okay, it's our time to like run down the stairs, because we like my grandma was on the couch downstairs, so we were like I was almost fell on my face, but that's okay, you know, it's okay. And so then I was like, Nana, why was Katie or what? My cousin, why was she up there switching lights on and off, whatever? And she was like, she's been down here the whole time. What are you talking about? And I was like, but she was up there, so you're telling me that was not her switching on and off the lights? And she's like, no, like she was here on the iPad the whole time next to me. And like I was looking at my cousin like, if she covering up for you, better tell me right now before I slap you in the face. And she was like after scared, she was like, what's going on? Like, wait, no. And I was like we are dead. Me not knowing my cousin already ran down the steps away from me to sleep in the other bedroom. Okay, so I'm stuck there. So I go back upstairs. Okay, get my other cousin because he was asleep through the whole thing, snoring. And so I'm like, dude, we had to go downstairs because this place is haunted. I don't understand. We need to go. And so we went downstairs to sit with my grandma, and we were just telling her everything what happened. My cousin was still half asleep, the other one. And so she was like, oh my gosh, like my grandma was like her face got wide, and she was like, I think I knew who it was. And I was like, there's nobody else in this house that could have done it, and I'm not lying. So she was like, so my auntie, whatever, she apparently, so my grandma told me that my auntie prayed the night before that grandma and grandpa would watch over us while we were down in Louisiana. Okay, and I was like, okay, I didn't really think of anything of it. Then I was like, oh. So Nana was like, my grandma was like, I'm pretty sure that was grandma and grandpa. And I was like, I'm confused. I am like 11 years old. I do not know what's going on. So I'm like, okay, so you're saying that grandma and grandpa tried to scare us, like flipping on and off the lights? And she was like, no, they just wanted to get your attention, just to know that they were there watching over you. I was like, they didn't have to scare me like that, but I mean, I love them, so it's okay. I mean, I guess that's what it was. But like, and like the rocking back and forth with the music box thing, like, I guess that's what it was. I guess. And then all of a sudden, while we're having this conversation, I hear a loud scream, okay? And we all hear a loud scream, we're like, okay? So we're all like that. And then we look over there. My grandpa kept, he ran out of his room. And he was like, oh. He only had his underwear on. So I was like, okay. So he was like, what was that? And we were all like, oh no, man. And so we look over there, and then the freaking dog, the dog at the time was like, I don't know, I think it was something like a seizure or something. I don't know what it was, but something was happening, and my grandma was like, oh my gosh. Because this dog was like old at the time, and I mean, it's passed away now. Anyway, sorry. But anyway, yeah, so they took care of that situation. And then, like, okay, so then after they got the dog, you know, back to sleep, whatever, because it was, I don't know, by this time it was like 12 o'clock, 12:30. So we were all like out of it. We were all tired. We all wanted to go to sleep. And so then 20 minutes later, we were all like sitting on the couch, like about to fall asleep. And then all of a sudden, the alarms go off in the house. the alarms. And so we're all like, like, what the heck is going on? And so then my grandma comes running out again, and he's like, oh, it's just the bees. What bees? How can bees set off alarms? Are you kidding me? How can bees set off alarms? Anyway, so yeah. I mean, that's basically it that happened that night. But that was like the scariest night of my life. And it was like back to back, back to back. Like literally so many different scenarios happened that night. And I was like, what if like her house was like on an abandoned like burial ground or something? And there's like ghost spirits trying to come and get us? Like to this day, I still don't know what the heck it was. And I'm scared. Like it literally sends like chills down my spine, like thinking of it. But yeah. And that was the time I found I had to just anyway. But yeah, that was the time that my first paranormal experience. I mean, you think back and laugh at it now, but it wasn't funny. I cried so many times. And then after that trip, whatever, my grandmother's, like when we got in the car with my mama, I was like, oh, go stupid, go crazy. I was like telling her all this stuff, and she's like, chill, honey. What's going on? And my brother and sister were downstairs asleep in the other bedroom, and they weren't even up the whole time. I think they woke up with like the alarms get off, but they just went back to sleep. Like I'm the only one that like talks about it in the family because it scared me to death, and I was the first one to like witness it going down. I really hope it was grandma and grandpa watching over us. I really hope it was. But I mean, I'm just glad she moved out of that house. So yeah.